So Trump shakes hands, now walks by. Amy Coney Barrett looks away, and then here it comes. The lips. Ah, you saw that. What is that? You can almost read it on her face, okay? That's not a friendly, happy look. MAGA is not protesting outside Amy Coney Barrett's house endlessly without any criminal charges like they did with Kavanaugh. MAGA turning against Amy Coney Barrett, the Supreme Court judge who many suspect was responsible for the bad decision that came down this week about the $2 billion going out from USAID. And we've long been asking, why is the Supreme Court not stepping in and clarifying what's happening with these TROs, these temporary restraining orders that are being issued on a nationwide basis from corrupt judges, largely out of the Southern District of New York and the DC Circuit. So this is what NBC News is reporting, that MAGA is turning. And simultaneous with this, we see CNN saying veteran legal conservatives are trying to defend her. So we have this battle brewing between the veteran legal conservatives who love Amy and MAGA, who is a little bit skeptical about Amy, especially given Amy's side eye that she gave to President Trump. Here is the actual video clip. I've got two of these. Did it look like Amy Coney Barrett gave Trump the side eye to you? Here was the footage from Trump's congressional address. Amy Coney Barrett, Supreme Court judge right over here, who was appointed by Trump, by the way, should be thankful. Trump walks on by. No audio on this, but we'll do a little play-by-play. So Trump shakes hands, now walks by. Amy Coney Barrett looks away, and then here it comes. The lips. Ah, you saw that. Those lips, that lips purse. Okay, what is that right there? You see that? Oh, gosh. I can't believe I had to interface with him. That's kind of what that face looks like to me, right? What is that right there? Are her lips chapped? Am I overreading that? I don't think so. What is that? Now, here's a close-up of this. Another angle that was also zoomed in on. Here you can see different shot. Amy Coney Barrett right there. What is that? You can almost read it on her face, okay? That's not a friendly, happy look. It's not even a blank look. It's just, there's emotion in that facial expression. So that's why people are taking a look at Amy Coney Barrett, saying that maybe she was not everything she promised to be, saying that MAGA activists have now turned. Trump appointed her in 2020, hoping that she would be a good judge. She went to Notre Dame, right? And some say she's been a big disappointment. Amy Coney Barrett is not one of the DC judges that usually gets promoted out of that circuit. Barrett defenders have dismissed the attack, scoffing at the idea that her conservatism is defined by decisions that align with Trump or not. The anger from Mike Davis and other right-wing personalities is mostly from the recent 5-4 decision. Swift and vicious reviews poured in, saying DEI judge, said Jack Posobiec, and others, like Laura Loomer, said she's a DEI appointee. Now, her ex-post featured a photo of Barrett's family. They've got 7 children. They've adopted 2 from Haiti who are black. When he delivered the address, they gave her the old look. Mike Davis is upset about that, and I don't think anything has come up about her kids. I don't know why that's really relevant. Maybe Laura Loomer posted about it, but I don't think that was an explicit critique from the right. We're upset with Amy Coney Barrett, nothing to do with her kids. But one law professor, Josh Blackman, suggested that Barrett should step down so Trump can pick someone new. Never happened. Barrett defenders have fought back. This guy, a Notre Dame law professor who studied under Barrett, said she's doing great. She has the resolve to be on the court just like the other justices do. Barrett's USAID vote followed a decision in January where they again split, and they didn't block the sentencing, right? Amy Coney Barrett responsible for that one too, in my opinion. Now, it was 5-4, so there was another one. It was Roberts, but she keeps flipping. Even before those cases, Barrett has increasingly shown her willingness to separate herself from the right, as what usually happens. Same thing happened like with Sandra Day O'Connor. She came out like, I'm independent now. Okay. What the online critics failed to address is the key vote in other decisions, right? Amy Coney Barrett has joined on the right issues on things like Roe versus Wade and others. Roberts was warning against violence and threats against the judges. Others were asked why they own bulletproof vests and more. And give me a break. Don't get mad at MAGA for being mad at Amy Coney Barrett. MAGA is not protesting outside Amy Coney Barrett's house endlessly without any criminal charges like they did with Kavanaugh. All right, so just take it easy. And John Roberts should be a little bit more clear about this. Again, don't try to frame this as though it's from the right, like this violent rhetoric is from the right. They were outside of Kavanaugh's house protesting for days. So Town Hall also had this article saying, do we have an Amy Coney Barrett problem? You know, it wouldn't be the first, saying Roberts is a blunder too. David Souter was another one. Ted Kennedy, John Kerry, and more. Now she's been the one to hand us some brutal defeats lately. Like, we're not done yet. The game isn't over yet on some of these. Like the USAID decision, that can still go our way very favorably, and I think it ultimately will, to be honest with you. So as upset and as frustrated as I was with the court for not just ending this stuff, it's still going to drag out, and I think at the end, we're still going to win it. So, but now she's getting critiqued pretty aggressively. Conservatives are frequently upset with Amy Coney Barrett, says Molly Hemingway. She's amazing. But the New York Times loves her. So they bring out these other people like Stephen Vladek to come out and praise her. Jack Posobiec dropped his criticism. Tony Segura dropping his criticism. And so we'll see what this does ultimately, right? I don't think pressure on the Supreme Court justices is effective in any way. I think that it might actually entrench them. Like, for example, I wonder if you're Judge Kavanaugh and you have Democrats protesting outside your house every single day, and the Democratic administration does nothing about that as they're rounding up J6ers for so-called violations against public order and against our elected officials and so on. What do you think that's doing to Judge Kavanaugh's psyche and his brain? What do you think he's thinking about? Okay, well, Biden administration is filled with a bunch of good people, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt when these cases come before me. I don't think so. I think he goes, all right, we can see exactly what's happening. They're human, just like the rest of us. So we certainly want Amy Coney Barrett to stay on the right, as she promised she would. She didn't promise on the right, but she promised a certain type of judicial interpretation, that she would honor and cherish the Constitution and not allow the perversion of it to occur on her watch. And she is sort of allowing that to happen. Now, again, we're not at the end of the game yet, and they like long dinners. They like long games. The Supreme Courts, they want like 50 courses before they have the dessert. You're just like, can we just go home? Can we just end it? Nope, we have to wait. What else is on the menu? You're like, they just keep dragging it out. So it will percolate back up to the Supreme Court. Hopefully when the finality comes, Amy Coney Barrett does the right thing.